Okay, so now that you are in the iLearn Centre, the first thing I recommend doing is going and checking your history. The reason for this is that because we're going to be doing a backdated bulk upload, I would like to know for myself how many hours of accreditation I've already got banked, and that may help you make decisions about whether or not something is worth putting up at this particular time. You might have heaps of hours and not really need to worry about something that may have had an issue or something that you have to ring someone to clarify. If you've got stacks of hours, you can kind of avoid that if you know how many hours you've got, and that's what we do here in this lesson. So down the left hand side here, there's a number of submenus. I'm going to click on History. Now, when we go to the History page, there is a few tabs at the top here. Now, the ones we want to focus on are the one we're already on now, the History tab, and also there's a Teacher Credits one, which I'll talk about in a second. So, the first thing I look for is the dates here. Now, by default, it will have the start of this year to the end of this year. Now you can click the little calendar there and that will come up with a date, but sometimes it's just quicker to change it in the text field here. So from January to the end of this year, I've really only done one course. I can see my result here, I can see the dates, and I could actually click on this here and get a more detailed description of what that was, and also what professional standards elements it covers. I really don't need to do that right now. I'm just checking what my history is. So for this period though, this accreditation period, I need to go back to January 2010 and I press refresh. So these are all the things here that I have done that are already logged in iLearn from 2010 to current. The ones down the bottom here are things that have either been cancelled on me or I have withdrawn from. So you might have something similar to that. You can also click the printer friendly one here and that will allow you to go and print that off, but really it's all kind of a digital process. So I can have a quick browse through here and go, oh yeah, I remember that, I remember this. Okay, what was this one? I'm not sure. Go and check that out a bit further. I can have a look at my dates down here and I can check that I've actually been allocated those results here of either competent or attended. Competent or attended doesn't really matter. That's what the person who wrote that course decided that if the person finished it, they were considered to be competent, if it was a skill-based thing, or if they just attended it. So that's basically a quick look at what the history of my PD that's already on iLearn. This is not including things that you need to add in the process that we'll go through in upcoming lessons. All right, so having a look at that, I can now go over to Teacher Credits. Now this bit is a little bit complicated and really at the time of recording this we're still kind of trying to get our heads around this, but I'm going to do the same thing as before. I'm going to change that to 2010 and refresh. Alright, so in my summary of Australian Professional Standards for Teachers, these hours here, 63.7 hours, they're the hours I've done from 2010 to current that I've already logged in through iLearn. The ones, this one underneath here, they're the ones that are external courses. So that might be something like, say I went to a visible learning conference, something that's not through CathEd, but I need to add myself. So because we haven't done that process yet, for me that's showing 0. You might have already done some. That's really a personal thing. So what I can see down the bottom here is that my teacher accreditation hours summary, so these are the ones like this one, accreditation to teach religion, and then accreditation to teach. And so that's the accreditation to teach in a Catholic school. So this is section down the bottom here is the part that CathEd is requiring. The part at the top here is the APST stuff that the College of Teachers requires. So in here, either here and here need to add up to the amount of hours that the College of Teachers requires for your registration. What we're really focused on at the moment for this process is our CathEd process. So we're looking at this bottom section here, and we need to have 25 hours logged in total here for accreditation to teach RE, and 25 hours on this side for accreditation to teach in a Catholic school. Now, if you've got more than 25 hours to teach RE, that actually flows over into the accreditation to teach CathEd. So let's say you've got 50 hours of teaching RE courses, then that actually covers you for both this 25 and that 25. Unfortunately, it doesn't go the other way. So if I've got 50 hours of accreditation to teach in a Catholic school, I still need to get 25 hours as well for my accreditation to teach in RE. So at the moment, you can see I've got a big fat 0 in both of those sections. The reason why I've got 63 hours of my APST stuff and nothing down the bottom here is because the types of things that I've done in these courses are considered not applicable is the category. And what that means is they go towards my teaching registration, but they're not necessarily a CathEd, Catholic religious education kind of PD. So that's why you may see some hours down here if some of these things were RE related or Catholic related. Everybody's will be different. Don't stress about this part yet though. That'll all kind of iron itself out once we do that bulk upload, which will be in the lessons coming up.